Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the mind of a legend, the Oracle of Omaha himself, Warren Buffett. Have you ever wondered what separates the ultra-successful from everyone else? Often it's a simple, powerful mindset. Buffett's wisdom isn't just about stocks and numbers, it's about a philosophy for wealth and life. We've gathered 10 of his most game-changing quotes that can genuinely transform your financial journey and set you on the path to financial freedom. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting to think about your finances, these principles are timeless and incredibly powerful. So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's unlock the secrets to building lasting wealth, one brilliant quote at a time. Let's kick things off with a classic quote. Number 1. Rule No. 1. Never lose money. Rule No. 2. Never forget. Rule No. 1. This might sound overly simple, but it's the bedrock of Buffett's entire philosophy. It's not about avoiding all risk. That's impossible. It's about prioritizing the preservation of your capital. Before you chase a huge, speculative gain, ask yourself, what's the downside? How much could I lose? This mindset forces you to make careful, calculated decisions rather than gambling. Think of it like a ship's captain whose first duty is to keep the ship from sinking. Once you're sure you're safe, then you can focus on reaching your destination faster. Making smart defensive plays is the first step toward building a strong financial foundation that can withstand any storm. Next up, a quote that completely redefines how we should view investing. Quote number 2. If you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. This is a powerful antidote to the get-rich-quick mentality that traps so many people. Day trading and constant market watching create stress and often lead to poor decisions based on panic or hype. Buffett's approach is to think like a business owner, not a stock gambler. When you buy a share, you're buying a piece of a real company. Would you buy a whole pizza shop only to sell it 5 minutes later? Of course not. You'd research its location, its product, and its long-term prospects. Apply that same long-term thinking to your investments, and you'll start building true, sustainable wealth. Now for a quote that separates the investors from the speculators. Quote 3. Price is what you pay, value is what you get. This is one of the most crucial distinctions in all of finance. It's easy to get caught up in a rising stock price, but a high price doesn't necessarily mean it's a good investment. The market can be emotional and irrational. Your job is to be rational. Before you buy anything, a stock, a car, a house, you need to determine its intrinsic value. What is it really worth, independent of its current market price? Investing becomes much less risky when you buy wonderful businesses at a fair price, rather than just buying popular stocks at any price. When you focus on value, you protect yourself from market bubbles and set yourself up for significant returns when the price eventually reflects the true worth. This next quote is a masterclass in patience and discipline. Quote 4. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Just think about that for a second. Every day, fortunes are lost by people who react emotionally to market news. They sell in a panic when prices drop or buy into a frenzy at the peak of a bubble. The patient investor, on the other hand, understands that markets fluctuate. They do their research, invest in solid companies, and then they wait. Time is the greatest ally of a good investment. Compounding needs time to work its magic. By simply staying calm, sticking to your strategy, and letting your investments grow, you position yourself on the receiving end of that wealth transfer. Patience isn't just a virtue in investing, it's a profitable strategy. Here's a quote that will help you sleep better at night. Quote 5. It's far better to buy a wonderful company at a fair price than a fair company at a wonderful price. Many investors are bargain hunters, always looking for dirt cheap stocks, but often those stocks are cheap for a reason. The underlying business is struggling. Buffett prefers to pay a reasonable price for a truly excellent business. Think of companies with strong brands, loyal customers, and a durable competitive advantage, what he calls a moat. These are the companies that can consistently grow their earnings over decades. Investing in quality might mean you don't get the absolute lowest entry price, but it dramatically increases your odds of long-term success. Quality is the ultimate form of safety. Okay, let's talk about risk. Quote number 6 completely changes the game. Risk comes from not knowing what you're redoing. Many people think investing is inherently risky, like playing roulette. But Buffett argues that the real risk isn't in the market itself, it's in your own lack of knowledge. If you invest in something you don't understand, you're gambling. But if you take the time to research a company, understand its business model, its finances, and its industry, you dramatically reduce your risk. This is empowering. It means you are in control. The more you learn, the less you risk. So, make a commitment to lifelong learning. Read annual reports, study industries you're interested in, and never invest your hard-earned money in something you can't explain to a friend in 2 minutes. This next quote is pure psychological gold. Quote 7. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. This is the ultimate contrarian mantra. Human nature pushes us to follow the crowd. When everyone is excited about a stock and prices are soaring, FOMO, the fear of missing out, kicks in, and we feel an urge to jump in. That's when Buffett advises fear. Conversely, when the market is crashing and everyone is panicking and selling, that's when opportunities arise. That's when great companies go on sale. It takes immense courage to buy when everyone else is selling, but that's often where the greatest fortunes are made. Cultivating this emotional discipline to act independently of the herd is one of the most valuable skills an investor can possess. Now for a dose of reality about where your focus should be. Quote number 8. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. This beautiful metaphor is all about long-term vision. The financial comfort and freedom you want in the future depend entirely on the seeds you plant today. Saving and investing might not feel exciting right now. You might not see dramatic results overnight, but every dollar you invest is a seed for your future financial security. This quote reminds us that wealth isn't built in a day. It's the result of years of consistent, disciplined action. So, start planting those trees today, no matter how small they seem. Your future self will thank you for the shade. Let's move on to one of Buffett's most practical pieces of advice. Quote 9. I will tell you the secret to getting rich on Wall Street. You try to be greedy when others are fearful, and you try to be very fearful when others are greedy. Yes, it's so important we're basically saying it twice, but with a different emphasis. This isn't just a clever saying, it's a concrete action plan. How do you actually do this? You create a watch list of wonderful companies you'd love to own. You calculate what you believe is a fair price for them. Then, you wait patiently. When a market panic or a bad news cycle hits and their stock prices fall below your target price, you start buying. Conversely, when the market is euphoric and prices are sky high, you resist the temptation to chase them. This systematic approach removes emotion and turns market volatility into your greatest advantage. Finally, our 10th quote, and it might be the most important one for building a truly wealthy life. Buffett said, "The most important investment you can make is in yourself." This goes beyond stocks and bonds. Your knowledge, your skills, your health, and your relationships are your greatest assets. The more you learn, the more you earn. The better you communicate, the more opportunities you'll have. Investing in a new skill, reading books, taking a course, or even just taking care of your physical and mental health will pay dividends that no stock can match. Your abilities are the one asset that no one can ever take away from you, and they have unlimited upside potential. Never stop learning, never stop growing, because you are your own most valuable investment. And there you have it, 10 powerful, game-changing quotes from Warren Buffett that can guide you toward financial freedom. It's not about complex algorithms or risky bets. It's about patience, discipline, continuous learning, and thinking for the long term. These principles have stood the test of time for a reason. They work. Which of these quotes resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to apply this wisdom to your own financial journey. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content to help you master your money and build a wealthier life. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, invest wisely and stay patient.